Hi, this is John from Premiere Pro Classes, and today's tutorial is about how to use the Transcribe tool along with markers to mark your really long interview clips or your really long B-roll clips so that you can find everything again really easily and save a lot of time. Let me show you what I mean. So here I have an interview clip. This one's with a friend. It's about 7 minutes long, and I want to start logging it. So the first thing I want to do is arrange my windows a little bit. So I'm going to go to Window, Text Window, and I'm going to say Transcribe. So it's going to transcribe the active monitor, and the source is right here in the active monitor. So I'm going to have them transcribe this clip, and it is in English, and it's one speaker, so I don't need to separate. So I hit Transcribe, and it renders a little bit. So now it's transcribed my source here. So now I want to separate these windows so I can see my source and my transcription. So I'm going to put it to the side here. So now I want to start marking this interview clip so I can go back to it easily and find what I want. So as I play the clip,
the thing that's most mesmerizing and that really transforms me into an altered state of being is...
Okay, so you can see where that little blue thing is bouncing around, that's where the clip is. So if I want to start here, and I would right click and say correct text. Then I can take this text and highlight it, say I want that part there. So I copy it. Then I go here. Now I put my marker button here. You can find that if you hit the button editor, and you can go to marker and drag it down to your toolbar here. So if you hit the marker button twice now, and you can paste what you want here, you can paste it in here. I'm not going to give it a separate name. I'm just showing you how to use the tool. I hit OK, and that puts a marker in there with that information. Now to see that, if you go to Window and you go to Markers, this window will come up, and if you activate your source, you will see that marker that you put in there. So now as I'm watching my video and I'm listening to it,
when you're doing a sentence,
so I want to get this sentence right here, and this teaches you many things about yourself. So I'm going to click here so my playhead goes to there. Then I'm going to right click. I'm going to say correct text so I can copy it, and I want this part right here. So then I'm going to right click that and say copy. My marker button is right here. I'm going to hit it twice, and I can paste that into either the title or the comment section, and you can see it comes up in this window here. So now I can click back and forth and go right to that part of the video.
And so the thing for me about...
Or I can go here.
And this teaches you...
So you can see how convenient this can be when you have a long interview. I'm going to do one more. So let's say I'm playing here. Okay, so I want this part right here. So I'm going to right click first to get your playhead there, then say correct text, and then I'm going to highlight. I'm going to copy it. I'm going to hit my marker button twice, and I could either paste that in the title window or I can paste that in the comment window. And you can see it pops up down here in your marker window. So now when I click on each one and for the source, I go exactly to that point.
The studio is open. And so the thing for me...
And really a great part of this is that those markers go to the timeline. So let's say that I put that into my timeline. So here I drag that to my timeline. And if I go back to my markers window and I click my timeline, my markers are also in the timeline. So I can navigate the timeline with these markers. And that can save a lot of time when you're cutting a really long interview and you have to go back and forth. Just like if I have a longer clip, like I have another clip that's 30 minutes long, which I already did some logging on. This one here has a lot of markers, and if I put that in the timeline, all my markers will be there too. So now when I go back to my markers window, I can navigate through the script by just clicking on, and it takes me right to that part of the timeline. So it's really important to organize and spend the time organizing your project before you start cutting, especially something like this with really long interviews. I hope you like this tutorial and that it helps you out a bit. Subscribe or like. See you next time. Thank you for watching.